welcome back to the Dice Tower's coverage of Origins 2016. And this time, I am being joined by Dave from Alt Mode Games, who is going to tell us about this intriguing little experiment of the King's Men, which seems to combine cooperative but very uncooperative elements at the same time. So,
well said.
Tell me how this works, because I'm intrigued.
Well, the King's Men the story is about the king is dying, and the folks playing the game at the table are going to want to become the next king.
Okay, so like we're all nobles that are trying to take the throne.
Exactly,
okay.
Right. And what you have is, this is what's going on in the kingdom. Okay. You have assets, quests, perils, and you gather your knights together and you go out and you try to acquire these cards.
Okay. So these are laid out like this in the center of the table for everyone to have access to?
Correct.
Do the players start with a hand of cards?
The players start with a hand of 4 cards each.
From which deck?
From the Kingdom deck.
Okay, so they'll start with 4 cards.
Right.
Then what?
Now these are your henchmen.
Okay.
You know, they're going to help you acquire or conquer these cards.
Okay. I'm going to grab a new hand here. All right, so they'll help you a hand. Okay.
Yeah. And then the dice are your knights, and your knights are sort of lesser knights, sort of second-tier knights, and then your first-tier knights. And they each have different odds of success on them.
Okay. All right.
Okay? The game is broken into 2 phases. The first phase is to gather your knights, and you use your cards.
All right.
And a sort of a loyal set of knights, and you use your cards
to obtain more?
To obtain more, or to improve their quality.
Okay, because they go like from lowest up to most powerful.
Correct. Red,
there's more,
red, yellow, green.
Okay, there's more POW symbols on the red than... Okay, all right.
There's more POW, yes, indeed. Right. So, as you're building your army of knights, I am trying to prevent that.
Okay.
Because you are going to try to gain an asset, for example, try to accomplish a quest, or perhaps even try to kill a peril that is rampaging through the kingdom, about to shut down your city.
Okay, and are these always the same cards out here, or do they cycle through as the time goes by and the story progresses?
Right, yes, indeed. As you capture a card, perhaps you send your knights out to capture this levy, which will, in future turns, add to your knights.
Okay.
The cards move toward the city.
Oh, okay.
As they do, a new card comes out. So this represents opportunities sort of going, you have to be timely in what you capture, and strategic.
Yes, you have a certain window of opportunity to accomplish these things.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So, and the reason you have to be a little bit strategic about it is because at the end of your turn, you just ended your turn, you captured something. This guy goes away, and these move down. And that's at the end of every turn.
Every turn, not every round, every turn. So
every turn.
The clock is ticking on these opportunities.
The clock is ticking, yes. Okay. Yes. So, the peril card is special. Okay. It doesn't come off the board. It lands on the city.
Okay, there's another wrinkle here.
Yes. So now, whomever's turn it is next does not have access to any of his friends.
Because the city is under siege, and they can't get out to come in.
Correct.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and then the cards continue to cycle, and the strategy comes in is, do I clear this guy? Or do I just remain selfish and go ahead and take this guy?
Now, let's talk about the selfish options here, because I'm all about that. Now, you mentioned that the kingdom is dying, and we're all nobles, so it sounds like it's cooperative in that we are trying to keep the kingdom alive, from these perils.
Yes.
So, since we're all working together to save the kingdom from these perils, is there what's the other layer to this? Why wouldn't we all just work together to save this and save the kingdom?
Well, basically because you want to be king.
There can be only one.
There can only be, yes.
So the city has to survive, but in the end, one of us can win.
That's right. Okay. And the thing that puts pressure on, to be cooperative, is that if a second peril, which we're just so fortunate as to draw one, ever gets to the city, the game's over and everyone loses.
The kingdom has fallen.
It's
the
fallen.
cities.
Done.
Okay, so we can't let that happen because we will have nothing to take over in the
You're
end.
not going to be king.
King of rubble.
Yeah, king of nothing. Right. Exactly.
Cool. Okay, so you have to balance that working the better good versus your own selfish ambitions.
Absolutely.
Oh, very intriguing. Cool. Okay, so where is this at production-wise? Because it seems like you have really been building your game and your company from scratch. So where's this at, and what can we expect?
Well, we just came out with the box in February. We've been hitting all the cons that we possibly can. Mm-hmm. We are hunting for distribution.
Okay, so you're at that stage.
Yeah, we're at that stage. We talked before. We had a successful Kickstarter. That's how we got into it.
It's always a good start.
Yeah, we're a couple years into development. We have a product. We're showing it. We're selling it. People love it.
Cool.
That's where we're at.
Well, I hope that we get to see more of the King's Men and more from Alt Mode Games, and we'll see where this goes from there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate your time. Everybody check out the King's Men.
Thank you. Thanks for stopping by, Dave. And for more coverage of the Origins 2016 Game Fair, be sure to stay tuned to the Dice Tower.